morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm doing my weekly reading from Ellis-Saller.com. I am, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a angel tarot and oracle card reader. For you for a second, I didn't want to do that. And welcome. My name is Sue Ellis-Saller, and I am a spiritual entrepreneur. I'm an angel tarot and oracle card reader. I'm a Reiki master, and I'm also a business mentor for people who are in spiritual businesses themselves. This week I'm going to be working with the Thelema Tarot deck. It's a really gorgeous, beautiful tarot deck. I got it for my birthday. The box is fabulous for those of you who are tarot collectors like myself. It's just a really wonderful small box. The cards are stunning, really beautiful cards here. It's a really well done deck. It's the Rider-Waite based style, so a lot of the images are very similar to the Rider-Waite decks. So for those of you, I need to do a manicure, but for those of you who are into doing tarot readings, you know that there are a couple base styles of decks. One of those is the Rider-Waite, and the Thelema Tarot is based on the Rider-Waite style. So I'm going to get into this, and like I said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sue Ellis-Saller. You can find my work at SueEllis-Saller.com. And this is the weekly reading for the week of November 15th, I think. Yeah. Through the end of the week. So today is Sunday, and let's see, I'm just going to shuffle these up. Oh, first of all, hey Caroline, good morning, welcome. Getting my weekly reading back on track here, so it's nice to see you today. Carolyn's a good friend of mine from Palmy Healing. She does really wonderful work, so you want to check her site out as well. For those of you who just joined, I'm working with the Thelema Tarot deck. Oops, you can't see the top part of there. And doing the weekly reading today. So, and I'm a little crooked, but that's okay. I'm kind of trying to figure out the new setup here in my office space. So, thank you for all the hearts. I totally appreciate hearts. So, before I shuffle, I always like to get in a calm, centered space. And so I want to take a deep breath, and I invite you all to do so as well. Take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. Imagine roots growing out of the bottom of your feet and kind of meandering down through the earth, down to the molten core, absorbing all that earth wisdom, advice, and guidance. And allowing that wisdom and energy to come back into your body and fill everything from your feet, through your legs, up through your torso and your chest, up through your throat and chin, up to the top of your head, and finally through the crown area. And then imagine the energy from the universe coming in as a white beam of light coming through your crown, filling your head with that wonderful universal connection and energy. Don't forget to breathe while you're doing this. And then the light goes through your throat and through your chest and into your belly and your hips, down through your legs and your knees and your calves and your ankles and your feet, and joining the earth energy at the bottom of your feet. You can feel the combination of both of those energies kind of swirling around in your body, and use that wisdom and energy to help you out with your readings. And get that energy and center and focus. I like to also call Archangel Michael into my reading space to protect me and my energy, my cards, my family, and my home. and also to protect those who I'm reading for, so that your energy is also protected. And also call in any other angels who want to help out with this reading to make it clear and concise and make it easy for you to understand and apply that to the situation that you're in right now. And then take another deep breath in and out. And then I always like to connect with my deck before I begin. You might have heard me earlier kind of tapping on my deck. I always tap on it to get the energy that was in there from many other readings that I've done, to get it out so that I can start with a clear energy deck. And also, if you're a Reiki person like myself, I usually kind of let a little bit of Reiki energy flow into the deck. But I also like putting my hand over the deck like that because when you concentrate and when you really get into the groove of things, you can feel the energy from the deck kind of joining with your own energy. And, so you get a good connection with your deck. I do that pretty much every time that I do a reading. And also, if you're new to working with tarot, you can ask the angels when you're connecting with your deck, when you're consecrating with your deck. You can also ask the angels to work with you every time, no matter whether you forget to call them into your space or not. Ask Archangel Michael to protect every reading that you do, and ask all of your angel team to come in and help you with any angel reading that you do, or any tarot reading that you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards, which I'm going to do a review about them. I can't say enough good about this deck. So I've been reading awesome reviews about it all week. Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining. Hi, everybody, by the way. But this Thelema Tarot deck, if you are a collector, get it. You're going to love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and get everything going for the reading for this week. Now, as you know, you can't shuffle the cards wrong. There are people who prefer that you do a certain series of, shuffling and allowing other people to touch the cards, but it's really a personal choice thing. And you just wait until kind of you feel right about where the cards are and everything before you pull the cards. And, okay, I get the stop right there, so I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 cards for the week. Okay, interesting. So it looks like a big week, and on top of what we've already experienced yesterday, which I'll probably talk a little bit about at the end, but we got 2 major arcana cards, which point to the fact that this week is going to be, a week where we're learning a lot of different things, and these lessons that we learn are going to be very important in the scheme of things and how we progress in the world. So the first card that I get for the week, now you can do a couple of different things. I want to backtrack for just a moment. You can do a couple of different things with 3-card reading. A lot of times when I'm reading for clients, I use the middle card as the primary focus of the week's reading or of the reading itself. And then I use the 2 outside cards to give a little bit more information, which I should probably do with this reading because it kind of seems to fit. The Hanged Man is what we get for the central theme of the week. Now, this is a card that represents kind of stopping and stilling yourself. And, this guy is here. He's calm. He put himself in this situation by himself. And so this is really a card that calls you to take a step back from everything and to really center yourself in your own good wisdom, advice, and guidance in order to achieve a state of enlightenment. Now, you can see the snake here, which is sometimes symbolic of, kind of that nasty choice or, kind of a negative influence coming into your life. And I can see how that fits into this week's theme, really, with the events that happened in France yesterday, and how there's, kind of that feeling of wanting to backlash. And this card, it might be encouraging us to just stop and consider things for a minute and come at our opinions towards things in life, towards how we treat other people from an enlightened state. You know, this card, the Hierophant, for those of you who know tarot, is really one that has to do with religious beliefs and, you know, how they affect a community. And so between, you know, having these two cards together, I really feel it's an important time for us to kind of consider how we interact with other people and use the real teachings of our faiths. Our faiths are not there teaching us to be violent and, you know, they kind of, some people use the teachings of their faith in order to encourage their violence, but a lot of people will actually use their faith to, you know, follow the teachings of Jesus, for example, or I don't want to get too far out of, you know, but just peaceful interactions with other people, acceptance, you know, support. But this is also kind of going back into the community of spirituality that you are really kind of feeling most connected to. It can also be a card of community and encouraging us to get involved in the community around us and within ourselves, but, you know, in the areas that we're in and really focused on the community. The card that kind of makes me cringe a little bit about this reading is the Knight of Wands at the end. Now this, if you're reading a card, this says, you know, kind of a person, which I would kind of see it more not as the person itself, but the person would be like a, you know, teens, early 20s kind of person who's got, you know, that fiery, sparky energy going forward, kind of running into battle, and unfortunately, you know, really, you know, that knee-jerk backlash kind of thing. But you really want to control this. You really want to, you know, not use this as a basis for your forward motion, but also as a movement, you know, or as an energy for the week, you know, kind of, you can see this as a reading that would, you know, kind of encourage you to use what you find when you're using your enlightenment to better the community and move forward with a really fiery passion towards making good changes. You know, you can act. Your actions are dictated by your own beliefs and what you want to do in life. And so the calming message, you know, the water, everything in this can actually help to influence this card. And so what you want to do is you want to take that information that you find when you're in yourself and with you're connecting with, you know, the teachings of your life, and you want to use that in order, you know, you want to passionately move forward with things, but make sure that you're acting in a way that really kind of reflects your enlightenment and an enlightened state. So I hope that helps out. It was kind of a really interesting reading, especially considering what happened yesterday. And getting on to that and not making light of it at all, I'm living now in Austria, and I've seen the effects of the Flüchtling crisis, or the refugee crisis, and you know, understand that these people who are coming by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, by the hundreds of thousands, are actually running away from these people who are doing these terrorist attacks. And when the terrorists are, you know, attacking other people and doing it in the name of God, their God, or, you know, in the hopes that they're appealing or pleasing their God, you know, we just have to sit back and we have to say, no, that's not what God wants. You know, the teachings are that God wants us all to live in harmony and that we're all one, and that, you know, love your brother. And so we have to really keep that in mind. Even when we look at these refugees and they're coming in, and we have to say, you know, what if it was me running? These people are fleeing from the terrorists, like those people who attacked in France. and in Beirut and in Iraq, and those people are actually doing these things in order to get everybody into this fearful, hateful, knee-jerk reaction place so that they can use that to fuel and further their agenda. They want to use it to say that, oh, see, all these Western people hate all of us, and this and that and the other thing. And so when we call for revenge and retribution and try and close borders and have razor wires and everything, it's just giving them like, see, look what they're doing. So it's just adding fuel to the fire that's already, kind of tindered and smoldering. And what we can do is we can step back. We can be like the hanged man, not in a bad way. He's not hanging from his neck, but in a good way, where we can really kind of reconnect with our inner wisdom, and we can say, okay, yeah, I can act from a peaceful and loving place, and offer these people help in any way or shape or form that I can. That's kind of what you need to do. So I know I lost a few people in this, and I know that sometimes people don't want to hear the kind of the political views of the people who are reading, but I just really think it ties in very well with this reading today. And just make sure that you cool your own fire before you run out and do something. And that can be in your personal life or, in a wider circle. So with that, I hope you have a blessed week, and I will talk to you soon, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.